Hey, good day everyone. Pasebauer here. This is the second game that we have for today, February 26, 2024 NBA Game Day. This is an Eastern Conference matchup between Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks, and this one will happen at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be 8:30 a.m. here in Manila. And I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasebauer. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. Approaching this game, Detroit Pistons, they got a record of 8 wins and 48 losses. Wow. While the New York Knicks, they have a record of 34 and 23. Again, we have a good example of two teams having two way different stories right now. We all know that we actually provide free picks right here in our YouTube channel, but for those who would want to avail our premium picks or premium packages, you guys might want to reach us through Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, or even Messenger account. Just take a look at the descriptions of our videos and you will see the details right there. The spread that is given is -11, and that's given towards the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks will have the home court advantage on this. But in terms of momentum, both teams are actually coming off losses. But of course, we got to pick one. And we still have to pick the New York Knicks because approaching this game, even though the Knicks are coming off that loss against Boston Celtics, at least for their last 10 games, the Knicks have won 4. And the New York Knicks, they are still looking good at number 4 in the Eastern Conference standings. As compared to Detroit Pistons, approaching this game, they are on a 5-game losing slump. And for their last 10 games, they have only won twice. And as we all know, the Detroit Pistons are at the very bottom of the Eastern Conference standings at number 15. In terms of fatigue, well, both teams are coming off rest, so we can just skip that part. And let's just go ahead and take a look at health and availability. Now, for the New York Knicks, it's still the same story. 4 players are still out. Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, and Dwayne Washington Jr. The way I look at it, the New York Knicks really are not in a rush to have those guys be in uniform. They are still looking good at number 4 in the Eastern Conference standing. So long as they would be able to meet that, to keep that spot, number 4, number 5, they should be fine. There's no reason for them to actually rush Julius Randle and OG Anunoby back because the team is actually doing relatively fine. Now for Detroit Pistons, I think they have like a couple of players out, and those are Isaiah Stewart and Marcus Sasser. Well, we all know that there was an altercation with Stewart. And I guess this will be the last game that he will be out due to suspension. And Marcus Sasser is actually out because of some injury on his knee. So again, a couple of players out for Detroit Pistons. So I think the Detroit Pistons would have the advantage in terms of health and availability compared to the New York Knicks because of the number of players they have available. I'm gonna make this one quick. The New York Knicks, they are at home. New York Knicks, they are the better team. Period. So the New York Knicks, I don't see any reason as to why they would lose this one, especially with how Detroit Pistons have been going on lately. They have lost 5 straight. So the next question here is, would the New York Knicks cover the spread? Actually, earlier I was thinking that I'm gonna side with Detroit Pistons with the +11, with the +11 spread, because Detroit Pistons they have been relatively competitive as compared to how they've been doing last year or perhaps earlier this 2024. But they have been very competitive after or maybe even before the trade deadline. But going up against the New York Knicks, who actually lost their last game against Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks who are at home, the New York Knicks wherein Brunson actually averages around 30 points a game whenever they go up against Detroit Pistons. Man, I'm gonna just go up with the New York Knicks in here. I'm not gonna take a risk with Detroit Pistons. I love Detroit as well, man. I love Cade Cunningham, but he is actually lacking some help. They don't have Stewart yet. Stewart is a short big that they have, and he's not really scoring and rebounding the way Durant is. But man, they need Stewart back so that they could actually have their machine going. So I'm gonna go and take the New York Knicks in here. I'm expecting the New York Knicks to actually hit those 3-point shots the way they normally do, and to cover the spread, beat Detroit Pistons, and start another streak on this one. Again, that's New York Knicks -11. Peace out. Pasay love and God bless.